Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am sharing one of my entries for the current annual card design superstar contest by My Favorite Things, and this one is for the Clean and Simple Genius category. There are 3 cards that you can enter with, and this is one of them. I'm hoping to make 2 more, but I'm still figuring out what I can do for those cards. So first of all, I'm going to use this stencil to create some sort of a window where this little girl is standing in front of, and it's still night, so Santa just came and she is peeking inside of her sock. So I am adhering this stencil using my grid mat to be sure that it is aligned straight, and then I'm masking off the rest of this panel because I have offset it a bit to the right, and now I can do some blending. So for the blending I am using Black Soot, Chipped Sapphire and Stormy Sky Distress ink, and I'm just going to create a really saturated dark night sky, and then I will be adding some white splatters with some white gouache. So I'm first starting really light. This panel is Neenah 110, and as you know, Neenah can be a bit splotchy. It isn't that forgiving as, for example, Strathmore Bristol Smooth when you're using distress inks. So I always try to start really light so that I don't have any lines going on, and then I just keep adding more and more ink until I'm happy with the saturation, with the darkness, and with the blend. So I'm finishing this night sky with some Black Soot to really deepen the sky more. And then I'm keeping that stencil in place, and I'm taking my Winsor & Newton designer gouache. I'm just going to add a bit of water to it and then splatter it all around this sky. So I had been thinking of adding some sort of a window frame on top of this stencil before adding the distress ink, but then I thought again, it's the idea of keeping it simple and still have huge impact. So I wanted to keep it simple, not adding anything more than that one little girl, a sentiment, and then this background. So now that my sky is ready, I can remove the stencil and put it aside to really let everything dry, and then I just continue with my little girl. I'm stamping my image onto Neenah with my Gina K Design Amalgam ink because I'm going to color with Copic markers. So I have selected the colors that I'm going to use, and I am now starting with the dress, and depending on which color family I'm using, I'm starting with the darkest color. For the greens I am first adding the lightest, then darkest, then going back and forth between those. But for the reds, these 3 colors, R20, 22 and 24, really blend easily with each other, so I don't have to start with a base coat. And once this image is colored in, I'm using the matching dies to cut her out, and then I can continue with the rest of the card. So before adding this little girl to my panel, I am first stamping out my sentiment using exactly the same Gina K Design Amalgam ink as I used for my image. So since I haven't used this stamp set yet, it's a new one in my stash. I have to stamp it out multiple times because I don't prep my stamps, but I don't mind stamping it a few times more if needed. And now I'm going to adhere my little girl using some thin foam squares from Scrapbook Adhesives. And I'm adding her a bit to the left. And then I can prep my card base and add this panel on top of it before adding my Stickles. So to finish this card, I will later on add that Stickles to the sock. Just add that white border, which I really like doing for Christmas cards. And then this card is finished. I really try to keep it simple. I was contemplating to add some sequins, but then again, simple, clean. So I kept it in my drawers instead of taking it out and get tempted to add more and more. So this card, in my opinion, is really simple, but has a huge impact, and that's what I was going for. I hope that you like this card as well. If you haven't tried any of those cards that you can create for this contest, I really want to encourage you. There are some gorgeous prizes that you can win, truly amazing, and maybe you get picked. How amazing would that be? Okay, so now I am going to wish you a wonderful day, and I'm hoping to see you next time again. Bye!